You know, sometimes the most incredible stories are hidden in the most ordinary-looking places. Today, we're going to unravel a 500-year-old tale of faith, of incredible resilience, and a temple that just refused to be washed away by a river.
So where does a story like this even begin? Well, for us, it starts right here, with a single digital file from Wikimedia Commons. And yeah, its title is, well, it's a mouthful. Premises of Mahesh Pandit's Sripa at Palpara of Chakda and Nadia district. Super descriptive, but kind of dry, right? It's just a snapshot, a location. But that simple caption, that's the first clue to a much, much bigger story.
And that's the big question, isn't it? Because this isn't just any building. It's the final resting place of a home that literally traveled through time and tragedy. To really understand the building, we first have to understand the man at the very heart of it all. Okay, let's jump back in time. We're going all the way back to the 16th century to meet the man himself, Mahēśa Paṇḍita. And let me tell you, he wasn't just some quiet holy man. By all accounts, this guy was an absolute force of nature. Get this, an ancient text, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, describes his devotion like this. He wasn't quiet or somber. He was passionate, electrifying. This single image of him dancing like a madman tells you everything you need to know about the kind of spiritual energy this man had. So just to put him in context, Mahēśa Paṇḍita was a really important figure in a movement called Gaudiya Vaishnavism back in 16th century West Bengal. His story is just deeply woven into the whole spiritual fabric of that region. And here's the thing, he wasn't working alone. He was part of this incredibly important group called the Dwadasa Gopala. You can kind of think of them as the 12 main apostles for a spiritual leader named Nityananda Prabhu. Their whole job was to spread their faith all across Bengal. And Mahēśa Paṇḍita, he was number 7 out of 12. Okay, now this part is fascinating. Within his faith, Mahēśa Paṇḍita was seen as having this dual identity. So here on earth, he was Mahēśa Paṇḍita, a good friend of Nityananda Prabhu. But in the spiritual world, the Vraja Lila, he was believed to be the reincarnation of a cowherd boy from Krishna's inner circle, a boy named Śrīman Mahāprabhu. That right there just shows you how highly his followers thought of him.
All right, so we've met our ecstatic saint, but what about his home? Well, believe it or not, the story of his house is every bit as dramatic as he was. His home, which was called a Sripat, was way more than just a house. It was a sacred center for his whole community. And this particular sanctuary was forced to become a wanderer, locked in this epic battle with one of the most powerful forces in India, the Ganges River. I mean, just try to imagine this. The Sripa started out in a village called Masipur, but then the Ganges shifted its course and just swallowed the entire village. So the devotees packed everything up and moved it to a new village, Bilidanga. Incredibly, the river changed course again, and Bilidanga was destroyed too. Finally, in 1927, they moved it one last time to where it is today, in Palpara, the exact spot from that photograph we started with.
So, after a past that dramatic, what's become of this wandering temple? Let's take a look at the Sripat as it stands today. After all that chaos, the Sripat is now this small, humble little temple complex. It actually looks a lot like a regular house. It's a quiet, peaceful testament to an incredibly turbulent history.
But don't let the simple outside fool you. Inside, it's a treasure trove of spiritual history. There are several sets of deities, a sacred stone called a Shalagram Shila, and even a Pushpa Samadhi, which is a memorial to Mahēśa Paṇḍita himself. Just think, every single one of these items was probably carried by hand and protected during those desperate moves.
And this is the really crucial point. The Sripat is not a museum. It's a living, breathing center of faith. Even now, someone who went to a festival there perfectly captured it, saying the atmosphere was very sweet and unique. This shows you that the spirit of that community is absolutely still alive and well.
So we've seen the man and we've seen the place. Now let's just zoom out one last time to really understand the incredible movement that they were both a part of. So why does this one small temple really matter in the grand scheme of things? Well, it's because Mahēśa Paṇḍita and his 11 companions, they weren't just practicing their faith, they were actively building it from the ground up. And their mission was incredibly organized. They acted as the leaders, spreading the practice of chanting together. Then, and this was the brilliant part, they established 12 centers of faith, with each one based at their own home, their own Sripat. And by doing that, they organized this massive network of followers that completely transformed the religious landscape of Eastern India.
And their work wasn't some flash in the pan. The network they built, held together by these small, resilient centers like Mahēśa Paṇḍita Sripat, has lasted for half a millennium. I mean, that is a truly profound legacy.
And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? With just a single, unassuming photograph uploaded to a public website. From that one single image, we've managed to uncover this whole story of an ecstatic saint, a temple that survived being moved 3 times to escape a river, and the powerful, organized spiritual movement that it helped anchor for centuries.
It really leaves you with a final thought. In our vast digital world, how many other incredible stories of history, of survival, of faith are just sitting out there, hidden behind a simple caption, just waiting for someone to discover them?